The MLB All-Star rosters were just announced, so let's go through the biggest snubs first in the American League side. Across the infield, I think the rosters look pretty good. You can make the case for maybe a Junior Caminero of Tampa Bay. Isaac Paredes, his first year in Houston, has gone really well. But other than that, I think the right guys are in there across the infield. The outfield is where it gets a little bit divisive in the American League. The biggest surprise was our guy up here in Seattle, Julio Rodriguez, who by any sort of regular counting metrics is having a down year. If you talk to anybody who's watched him play, he's having a down year by his standards. But he has turned into potentially a platinum glove level center fielder. That itself probably helped get him into the All-Star game because his hitting statistics do not compare to some guys who you could call snubs. Whether that's a George Springer, batting .281, 16 homers, 143 OPS plus. Yes, the defensive side of the ball is a big difference. Springer has played about half his games as DH, but those are too good of a numbers to not make the All-Star team. You could even say Julio's teammate, Randy Arozarena, should have made it over him. He's had a great week and a half that don't really get reflected in the voting, so that one I understand. But I think George Springer is a pretty big omission. You could even make the case for Joe Adell of LA. The pitching side probably sees the two biggest snubs on the American League side. Both Joe Ryan and Framber Valdez are having all-star caliber years, and I think they're fully deserving all-stars. The only reason I might not call them snubs is you got to find someone to replace them. And I think the top end pitching in the American League has been great. And there are two guys that they certainly deserve over. One of them being Shane Smith of Chicago, other being Yusei Kikuchi of LA. Those are the only two representatives for those two teams, so they have to make it. Other than that, the AL is loaded in starting pitching. You can make the case maybe for those two over a Brian Wu, over a Jacob deGrom, but all of the guys that made it, I think, are deserving. But it's just unfortunate that Joe Ryan, Framber Valdez, two of the best starting pitchers so far this year, didn't make the initial roster.